The Chicago Bulls got a win in their first preseason game. Today, they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers again, this time at home. And me and Pat are going to discuss what the Bulls need to improve on to get another win tonight. We're going to talk about all that and more on today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. That's Pat, the designer, host, and creator of the Windy City Breeze and host of the Chicago Bears podcast over at ESPN 1000. I'm Haize, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central YouTube pages and podcasts. No sponsor title today, Pat. Let's get into it. So the Bulls got a win in game one. The bench looked strong. Modest looked good. Patrick Williams had a decent performance. Even Isaac Okoro, 11 points. He was the only other starter other than Modest to score in double digits. But the question I want to throw to you on this one is, Pat, what do you want to see the Bulls improve on from preseason game one to game two?
Just fluidity and the smoothness of the game. I thought that there were times where the game felt a little rigid, where it felt like the Bulls kind of just struggled to get into their sets. I mean, so many turnovers in the first quarter of that basketball game. But that's preseason game one, right? That's kind of what you want to see. Where you want to see where the kinks are so that you can work those kinks out. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing. The turnovers was an Achilles heel for the Bulls early in the season last year. And I forget what the stat was specifically, but I think it was like whenever the Bulls didn't have more than 15 turnovers in a game, they found a way to win it. Like it was that, and
it was like less than like 15 turnovers, and I think it was like 25 assists. Like the combination of those two marks, the Bulls were like really good in those games.
And you know, literally that's when they were able to go on their run. So just lock down some of that stuff. It's early in preseason. You're not going to see massive changes. It's not like the NFL, where you know you're trying to find the guys who are on the team. We know the guys who are on this team. So it's really just about getting guys in basketball shape, getting guys, you know, acclimated to the system. And you didn't have massive switches between the players you had last year to this year. Biggest change into the lineup is Isaac Okoro and now Kevin Knox, which we'll talk about, which is incredibly interesting. But I think
not
that
interesting at all.
I'm actually not interested in that in the slightest, if we're being honest. I think that this second game to me is just, look, you had a competitive game versus Cleveland. Find a way to make it where your starting unit is able to come out and start the game looking like they did by the time that they were ready to sit down on the bench.
Yeah, the starters are the ones that I think need to improve. Like we didn't come out with the best energy in the starting lineup. And then when Io and Trey came in and then the starters came back, and I think they kept that energy up at that point in time. I want to see them start off with energy. Modest did, and Okoro, like the two that ended up scoring in double digits, they both had really good energy. You could tell Vooch is just like, hey, this is like my 15th preseason. I don't care about this. Let's get up out of here. But you want to see that. Josh Giddey didn't shoot the ball well at all. He had solid rebounds, solid assists, 3 steals, so he affected the game in other places. But I just want to see more like shooting from him as well. But I agree with you. Getting the turnovers together got to be the biggest one. Like you can't have almost 30 turnovers in any game. I know it's only preseason. Preseason games are inherently more sloppy. So that, like, I understand that, but you want to start building the right habits, the right routines. And so that's part that I want to see them definitely improve on. Outside of the improvements though, Pat, I want to ask you this. Like not necessarily a big change that I want to see, but one of the things I think I'm watching to see if Billy Donovan does today is that with Patrick Williams and Noah playing solid, do they get off the bench early? Like we didn't see Noah at all to the fourth quarter. Do we see maybe now earlier in the third quarter where maybe still some second string guys are in the game, things like that? Do we see Patrick Williams maybe jump in the rotation from being the 11th guy in the game to maybe more like the 9th or 10th guy? I'm excited to see if interested to see if any of those type of changes happen. Is there anything like that you're looking at for today's game?
No, because I think the when you come into a season kind of with, again, the same roster for the most part outside that you finish the season with, you kind of know the rotation that you want to have. Now it depends. I don't know if we've got any word that Kobe White will be a part of this.
I don't think Kobe White's playing at all this preseason.
Probably not playing at all in preseason.
Maybe the last game, maybe something.
Yeah, that's the one guy we not the most inconsistent guy. Let's not let him play. That's great. No, I mean, he ain't the most inconsistent.
I was about to say, he's definitely not the most.
Yeah, we got some inconsistencies on this thing. No, but I think for the most part, you kind of know what your rotation is. I don't know if this is the game that happens. Usually, I would say, kind of that third or fourth preseason game, you start to see some of those guys start to get some more minutes because now it becomes, okay, we know we're not going to play you guys a ton during the season. So this is your NBA experience. Let's see what you're able to do with it early on here. So I wouldn't expect any major changes to the starting or the rotation here week 1 to week 2. But again, it is Billy Donovan. So like during the regular season, we have major changes to our rotation, like from one game to the next. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we see a great game out of some young center who possibly could be the answer at rebounding. And Billy's like, you know what? I had a point guard for that. So, you never truly know.
We did see less of that last season. I want to give Billy his credit. We saw less wild lineups last season than ever before because I think we actually have some pretty good forward depth now. So maybe we see more sensible lineups, but
we have more bigs.
It's going to be a game. It's absolutely going to be a game, Pat, where we're like, is Io playing the 4 right now? Is that what's happening?
I'm just telling you, bro. We also got more bigs on the game. Like you got Modest, who's 6'10". You've got Zach Collins, who can play. You had Jalen Smith, so you didn't have to go to those point guard lineup. I will say to Billy's defense, like we always joke with him about that because he didn't play like Adama Sanogo or who was the big that we had that wasn't Drummond. It was somebody else. He got picked up by Steven Adams.
Oh, Tony Bradley. I don't think
Tony Bradley.
If people are still wondering why we didn't play Tony Bradley, shut up. Like,
well, I'm just saying, like, I give him a little bit of credit. Like,
we had bad backup bigs for a long time.
Play point guards in that situation.
Yeah, we had a lot, but we are going to see a lot. There's definitely going to be a lineup with Trey, Kobe, Giddey, Io, and like Zach Collins out there at the 5. We're going to see that lineup at least a couple of times this season.
Before preseason is over, just give me one Trey Jones, Yuki Kawamura lineup.
So you just want people dunking over those guys. Like this is like the first game where somebody dunked over 2 guys. Like, yeah. Do we play the Lakers in preseason? Because he'll be the one to do it.
Oh man,
no, we don't. No. But
it's just. I think that right now, like the big thing for this team, especially lineup wise, is going to just be figuring out who are the guys that you can count on to run the system the right way, and is it the guys that you expected it to be? I don't think there's going to be a ton of surprises this preseason for the Bulls.
Yeah. So the question. So you don't think Billy Donovan, like, it's not necessarily about playing them more minutes, but you don't think Billy's like, all right, no, let's see. You did it against third stringers. Let's see you against second stringers. You get out there maybe at the end of the second quarter. You don't think that'll happen at all?
100% with the rookie. I don't. I think Billy's pretty consistent with the rookie because here's the thing, right? Like it still annoys me. He's not getting in until the third quarter. Hey, bro, this is a lottery pick.
He didn't even get into the fourth quarter, bro.
Third
quarter would be an improvement.
Bro, like it's a lottery pick, bro. Like, play this kid. Like, I don't care about anybody else on this team. I care about the draft. I get it. There's other pieces that have to have an impact on winning. But I need to know if this kid can play.
So I just went to look just to make sure I wasn't talking out the side of my neck. So last year, I know Noah's a lot younger and rawer than Modest. But last 3 preseason games, Modest did average over 20 minutes per game in the last 3 preseason games. And then at the start of the regular season, he was getting single-digit numbers. So there's a precedence that maybe in preseason, Billy may want to try to get more experimental just to see the kid. I mean, AK did say they were going to use preseason to kind of determine where they want to have him at. They already know. They already know
he's going to be on the bench. And like I said, the last 3 probably, right? You got Bucks, you got Nuggets, you got Timberwolves. I could see him getting a lot of minutes in those Nuggets and Timberwolves game.
Yeah, and all those 3 teams are also fighting to actually make like the conference finals. So they're probably going to have their second string guys in the very early into those games. So that's probably an opportunity there. We'll see. I mean, overall, it was a fun first preseason game. I don't have any reasons to not think it's going to be fun. Again, this game, I just think that they got to tighten some things up, but that's what preseason's for. Preseason's about finding your rhythm so you can tighten up some things before the regular season starts. And we'll see what the Bulls can do there. But Josh Giddey definitely has to. I want to see play better. Maybe is not the right, because he only took 4 shots. He made one of them. He makes one more shot. We're talking about a 50% night. But I do want to see a more aggressive offensive Josh Giddey as far as trying to score perspective. I don't think we saw that really at all.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was comfortable with it because it felt very Vooch. Like, I'm gonna give you this 18 and 10. Just why am I out here right now?
Fair.
It felt like that was the thing about it. Like I saw people tripping, like, why isn't he doing more? I'm like, he is going through the motions. This man ain't did nothing basketball wise since he didn't even play in whatchamacallit this shit, did he?
No, he didn't play over.
So just for FIBA, so just the season.
Yeah,
he like,
we'll see.
Let me get these legs loose.
We'll see. But with that said, we're going to next up talk about Chris Mannix from Sports Illustrated said that the Vooch trade market is heating up. I don't know if I believe that. But we're going to talk about that. But first, we got to get into a message from one of our new sponsors, and that is Quo. One of the tools that help make a huge difference for business owners is Quo, formerly Open Phone. It's the same great business phone system you've heard me talk about before with just a new name. And here's why it matters. Every missed call is money left on the table. With every customer conversation counts, you need a phone system that keeps you connected 24/7. Quo is the #1 business phone system that streamlines customers' communications. It works right through an app on your phone or computer. So no more carrying 2 phones or relying on a landline. I love how Quo, formerly known as Open Phone, lets your team share one number and collaborate on calls and texts like a shared inbox so no customers get left hanging. Whether you're a solo operator juggling every part of your business or part of a larger team, Quo makes it easy to stay responsive and professional. See why over 90,000 businesses trust Quo, formerly Open Phone. Get started with a 20% off first 6 months at quo.com/lockedon. That's QUO.com/lockedonnba. And if you've got existing numbers with another service, Quo will port them over at no extra charge. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. More Locked On Bulls coming up next.
They must change names more than
because there was something before Open Phone too, right?
They must change names more than Prince, don't they? Yeah,
it's gonna just be a symbol, the phone emoji. That's all it's gonna be.
The symbol formerly known as Quo.
With this, Pat, man, this is going to be something I think is going to be talked about, speculated about all throughout the season. Vooch is an expiring contract. He's a veteran. He's talked about wanting to compete at the back end of his season, but also him and his family just bought a new house in Chicago. Chris Mannix from Sports Illustrated said that while it was quiet in the offseason, he does expect, and there are some rumblings that the Vooch trade market may heat up as teams do look from scoring in the scoring center leading into the playoffs. Specific teams that were named were the Pacers, of course. We know they have a scoring deficit. And surprisingly enough, the Miami Heat, too. I don't know if you heard this or not, but Khalil Ware seems to be like Eric Spoelstra's using a very hard stance to motivate him. They still believe in him. They're not looking to trade him or anything, but he does not like the way that Khalil Ware has been preparing for the game. They wanted to move Bam to the 4, so there's some speculation there. Pat, what do you think about a Vooch trade market potentially heating up?
I think it's always going to heat up. I think AK doesn't want to get rid of him. Like, that's the bottom line. And listen, I know it's not the modern NBA, and we don't see this a ton, but veteran leadership helps. You don't want a team of 22-year-olds, an entire team of 22-year-olds. Look at what veteran leadership helped with the Oklahoma City Thunder when they added some of those veteran pieces to that team and an Alex Caruso. Like, veteran leadership is how you used to transition your team from, hey, this is how you prepare. This is how you go out there and you be an NBA player. This is how you get ready for this night. This is how you get ready for this city. This is how you get ready to go play this game. It does help. So if we're talking about Vooch being here for 2 more years, and me and you have said, right, this one's going to end up signing an extension here probably. It's not the worst thing in the world because you've got that veteran leadership. You've got that guy on the team that still can play, but also can help your next generation come through. I think that's going to be beneficial for Noah Essengay. I think you've seen how beneficial Ayo has been for Modest Buzelis. Like, those are things that do improve your team. And so there's a world where I'm okay with that. There's always going to be a market for Vooch. He's 18-10. Like, in his sleep. The Lakers will be calling at some point this year when DeAndre Ayton craps the bed because he's not a good basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, the way that Bulls fans talk about Vooch and the way that Vooch, his productivity on the court are not aligned, right? Like, I get it. Vooch, I'm not even here to say that Vooch is the perfect center for the style that the Bulls want to play. I do think you need that. But, like, let's be clear here. Vooch is still a very productive offensive center, still one of the most productive offensive centers as far as scoring and rebounding. He's still that, and he's going to be that for a long time. I know there are concerns with him turning 35 before the start of the season, that a fall off could come, stuff like that. I'd be more worried about that if Vooch was like jumping out the gym or, dunking was a large. Vooch doesn't jump. He doesn't jump usually. So, like, I'm not worried about a player aging who doesn't jump. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be perfectly fine. But as far as the trade market, I mean, I think that, yeah, there could be teams that decide to take a look at Vooch and gauge what the interest is there near the trade deadline or as the season goes on. I definitely think that's going to be. The thing, though, is that we don't know exactly the value that AK is looking for from Vooch, because the last I think we heard, Pat, correct me if I'm wrong, was a low-end first-round pick. I believe was the last thing that they still want for Vooch. To me, that says that, hey, I'll trade him. I don't really want to, but therefore if I do trade him, you're gonna have to come up with something that that's meaningful. And I just don't know if teams are really going to be willing to do that. Now, of course, if a team is looking like they're about to be a 60-win team at the end of the season, they may look at it and say, yeah, forget that first-round pick. You can take a pick that's going to be 25th overall. Cool. Like, take that pick. We'll get Vooch and we'll re-sign him because he can be extended at any point in time. So it's just something to watch. People are going to talk about it all throughout the season and off season. All throughout the season because he is expiring. They're going to be, let me tell y'all this right now. The Bulls are probably going to be in the most trade rumors of any team in the NBA because we have 8 expiring contracts and $80 million in expiring contracts. And a lot of those guys are veterans that can help any. Kevin Huerter can help any team. Zach Collins can help any team. Nikola Vucevic can help specific teams. I think if you have a defensive forward, you're kind of even more in on Vooch. And then, of course, Kobe and Io, right? So they're going to be in tons of trade talk and chatter all throughout this season. It just is what it is at this point.
No, 100%. And I think the biggest thing for this team right now is it's truly just, what do you want to part with? What do you want to hold on to? It's the same situation that we've been in. And I'll bet you there's a team that would say, hey, let's offer up a low-end first-round pick because they feel like it's going to be the 29th or 30th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
And AK is going to say no. He said no for Kobe White. He said no for AC. He said no for Zach LaVine. He said he don't want these first-round picks. The only time I want a first-round pick is if I traded it to you.
I mean, the chance with how deep the 2026 draft is, there may be a chance that he sees somebody at the back end of the draft. Keep in mind, he was part of the team that drafted Jokic, so I still think that he's going to keep his eye out for that. But me and you have agreed on this. I still think as of right now, there's a higher chance that Nikola Vucevic gets an extension here than he's traded.
Hey, Brett, we thought with how deep this draft was, there's no way the Bulls don't try and go get one of those Brooklyn picks. There's no way the Bulls don't try to get
Brooklyn
more
also
picks.
Didn't trade any of the picks. They ended up keeping all the picks.
We taking everybody. You want to talk about a rebuild? Rebuild through the draft.
Almost every expert was like, there's no way they're going to draft 5 rookies in one draft. The Brooklyn Nets looked at that and said, you really thought, huh?
Oh, my beer. Hey, they said somebody got to pan out. Somebody got to be able to play. I don't know who, but one of y'all going to be able to play.
We're leaving here with something. That's basically what they said.
We're leaving here with something. And that something is Danny Wolf. That's what
still
makes
like
me
Danny
sad.
Wolf, though.
It makes me sad, bro. He looked good in preseason, too.
I still like
in Summer League, too. Like,
it is what it is, bro. But, we'll see what happens with the Vooch trade market. We'll continue to watch it. We'll talk about any rumors that pop up. Pat, I know I've kind of asked you this before, but I feel like anytime a trade pops up, we got to talk about it. Do the Bulls make a semi-major trade today? Is everybody who's on the roster right now at the start of the season going to still be on the roster at the end of the season?
No, because we signed Kevin Knox for some reason. He won't be here.
Well, Kevin Knox he'll be waived by the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He won't be here. So,
that's what I said at the start. He's new. He just popped up.
He won't make it to the start of the regular season. Yeah, I think you're gonna go pretty much status quo. Again, like a Kevin Herter, maybe. You know what I mean? Those are names that maybe you see AK part from, but we haven't seen AK make a mid-season trade since. Did we make him? Well, I guess last season.
Mid-season trade
last season. Yeah. I was gonna say Trey Jones showed up, Zach Collins showed up, Zach LaVine was gone, so maybe he's turned a new leaf.
We'll see.
I doubt it.
We'll see.
We got to talk about one of the signings that the Bulls went out there and made yesterday, and the reason that it is the third topic in this thing. And we'll talk about all that and more coming up next. But first, we got to tell you guys all about PrizePicks. This episode brought to you by PrizePicks. Every day we make decisions, but on PrizePicks, being right can actually get you paid. Hey, that dash threw me off. I don't know what that was. I don't like it. Don't miss the excitement of this football season with PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Playing PrizePicks is so much fun. A simple way to add more excitement to football, and you just pick more or less on player projections like Josh Allen passing yards or Saquon Barkley rushing touchdowns, and you're in the game. I love how quick PrizePicks is. You can make lineups in under a minute. My favorite part, PrizePicks just added stacks, not Uno, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about PrizePicks. So if you want to ride with a player, got to say that faster, I can select pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns all in one lineup. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 in lineups after you play today. Your first $5 lineup could net you cash money. That's right. Code LOCKEDONNBA for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. More Locked On Bulls coming up next.
Hey, that Ari was kicking your ass.
Yeah,
bro.
a little bit, bro.
That was,
I thought it had me in the first half, and then it finished me off in the second. You know what I mean? It was like they was just putting words together. There was no cohesion in that or nothing.
AI
they was
definitely
like,
wrote that Ari, bro. AI definitely wrote that.
$5 lineup, sometimes CTA download. What? Huh?
Anyway, so the Bulls yesterday, in the evening, signed Kevin Knox. Now, this is an Exhibit-10 deal. He's not replacing. The Bulls have all the rosters, a guaranteed spot. This isn't even a two-way contract. What this is basically they sign him to an Exhibit-10, and he only has to be on the deal for at least 24 hours. If you waive him and then sign him to your G League team, he gets an extra like $150K. That's basically what this is. This is the Bulls finding a way to get him a little extra money as somebody who's been a journeyman in the NBA. He's going to be down in the G League. It's very similar to what we did with Kenny Lofton Jr. last season. So this isn't much to do. But, bro, I've seen think pieces. I've seen people be like, oh, this is to motivate P. Will. Oh, Dalen and Julian got to watch out. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong? What the hell's wrong with y'all? Go ahead, Pat.
Somebody rolled their ankle. We just ain't heard it yet. That's all this is. Somebody rolled their ankle. That's all this is. They needed a body. Are you tall in the vicinity of Chicago right now? We need a body.
I don't even think it's that, bro. I don't think that is even. I think this is just they want a veteran. They like having if you look at the G League team the last 2-3 years, we always have a veteran who has quite a bit of NBA experience on that. I think that's all this is. I think that's all it is, bro.
I mean, it could be. I don't care about Kevin Knox. He's not going to play on the team. He's not going to take anybody's spot. Like, literally, Kevin Knox hasn't been good since his rookie year. Literally, since his rookie year. He's the Sauce Gardner of that's wow. A little too disrespectful. That's a little too disrespectful. But
to Sauce.
To Sauce, yeah, 100%. No, not the Kevin Knox. I'm not worried about the Kevin Knox disrespect. Yeah, no, I don't care about the Bulls signing Kevin Knox. I mean, he's the redeeming factor for him is his defensive ability, and that will help you in practices. But I would bet you we hear that somebody, is a little gimpy through the rest of preseason. That's why Kevin Knox is here.
Yeah, I don't even think, like I said, I don't even think it's that. I think this is literally, he's going to be on the G League team. We got a way to get you some extra money. The Bulls do this every single year. We got a way to get you some extra money. And that's really going to be what it's going to be, bro. Like, I don't think this is going to be anything where we even see him. And I don't even know if he even wears a Chicago Bulls uniform at any point this season.
They sent him out there in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, this one of the giveaways.
When do I get to choose my jersey number? You got too much dip on your chip there. Hold on, what are we talking about here?
Kevin Knox definitely wearing 99.
Yeah, but that's really it, bro. It's much ado about nothing. I've seen way too many people try to think too hard about this, bro.
There are think pieces out here on Kevin Knox, bro.
Yeah,
we take stuff too far. This man played 14 games for the Warriors last year.
Exactly. So there you go on that one. Anything left, Pat, before we get out of here for today, bro? We talking about Kevin Knox in 2025.
Bro, that's crazy. I mean, listen, he played last year. He still played every year. Like, but I don't care that we signed him. Find that upside, baby. Shot 50% last year from the field on 2 shots. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer.
50% on 2 shots is diabolical. That means he made 1 shot. But you guys can follow me at CEO Haize. Locked On Bulls is free and available. Oh, bro, my side is frozen again, so you're gonna have to push the.
I got you.
All right. Locked On Bulls is free and available on every podcasting app and platform of your choice, as well as YouTube, the Odyssey app, Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, Fubo TV. Basically, anywhere you want us, you can get it. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, y'all. Peace. Oh, no. We'll see you the night after the game, y'all.
See you the night after the game. Peace. We're so not used to actually having games.